All right, welcome everybody. It's Monday night, and some of us just got home a week ago from Cabo, which was amazing. Thank goodness we got out there then with all the weather that's coming in again. And looks like it is hitting parts of Mexico this time. I don't think where we were, but still. Pretty happy that we got in and out of there between two different bad storms. So I'm super excited tonight because, of course, when you come off one trip, then you're excited to then start focusing, if you haven't already, on the next trip. Um, so today on this call, we're going to talk a little bit about why you should work for a trip. Because I have had people say to me before, I don't know, I don't really like to travel. Why would I, you know, that doesn't motivate me. And I hear that. I know some people don't like to travel, but sometimes traveling with work, like if you've been to conference, you know the feeling you get. It's different than just traveling when you're traveling with a whole bunch of people that you work with that you get excited around. So we have three different people today: Dana Sturm, Janice Hayes, and Sherry Fields, who are going to share a little bit about their feelings about what they loved about Cabo, and then share with us kind of, what they did to earn it and what they are doing now for their sites on, I always want to just say Punta Cana, but I know it's La Romana. So because it's two different cities, right? In the same, Dominican, right? But before we do that, I do have to acknowledge a few people because we are right now 1/3 of the way into the trip. We have 1/3 is gone. We still have 2/3 left that we can earn the trip. And in that time, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that have earned that first 20,000 the journey, enjoy the journey bag, which we saw a preview of in Cabo, and it is so flipping cute. So I want to start by congratulating Cassie Haymaker, Dana Sturm, Maria Zinmeister, Darlene Lavoie, and Janice Hayes for all earning that bag already, which is,
Yay!
and I cannot wait for you 5 to post those pictures when you get that. So it's beautiful. It's pink. I love pink. And then not just that, but we have 2 people on this call who have in 1/3 of the time earned the trip for one person, hotel, drinks, food, already. And those 2 are Janice Hayes and Darlene Lavoie. So congratulations to both of you. You will both be on that trip next year. Truly, truly incredible in 1/3 of the time. We have those other 3, Maria, Dana, and Cassie, are definitely all in the 20s, getting very close to it, as well. So it's super exciting to see people be so motivated about this trip. So, all right. Well, you 3 decide who wants to speak first. Did you say you wanted Sherry to, Dana, because she's got props? All right. So I'm going to mute myself, and Sherry, let's hear from you. I'm so excited.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am wearing my pool sarong that we all got matching ones, and everybody was like talking about our matching beach thing. So it was such a great idea. Um, but I honestly didn't think I was going to make this trip. By the end of, was it February? We had to have it done by end of March, right? So by the end of February, I was 11,000 points away. And I'm like, there's no way I'm getting this trip. And then Dar messaged me and gave me ideas. She's like, well, you could do this, and this, and this, or you could do this, or you could do that. And it was like, oh, wow, this is actually doable. And I made it with 34,000 points. I was like, woohoo. So it was really cool. I was super excited. And then I had to rush to get my passport and my airlines within that month. So that was a little crazy, but it was so worth it. We got all kind of goodies. I got this just for, and we had many, many drinks in that, which was lovely. We got these great little purses with the little or little carachas or whatever you call them on there, full of bunch of goodies. We got this awesome bag with the little, I call them croc
Gibbets.
things. I don't know. What are they called?
Gibbets is what I call them
Yeah,
from
I know,
Crocs.
but
Yeah.
it's fun. I love the bag. And then I use this all the time now, our mugs. My ice was in it one morning at the pool all day, and I still had ice in it the next morning from that same day. It was crazy. So anyway, but I loved the trip. It was so much fun. My favorite part was just getting to know all of my Color Street sisters better because I don't, at conference you get to see them, but you don't really get to hang out and talk and chat and get to know it and get to know everybody. And I just love that part. That was probably my favorite, just hanging at the pool, meeting husbands and wishing my husband was there. So that's what I'm working for this next one. So.
That's amazing, Sherry.
Mhm.
And you know what else? We got packs. How many packs of polish?
Oh
Five?
my gosh, yes.
5 packs of polish and a couple stickers,
I had to buy another bag
right?
to bring stuff home.
And a
Yeah.
beach towel.
And not to mention, we got to pre-order the holiday bundle, which I already have. So I was able to put those sets out at my event last week.
Oh,
Pretty
nice.
cool to be able to say they could pre-order. So
Yeah,
that,
I got to open mine when I got home today.
yeah,
I was
so
like, yay,
awesome.
they're great.
So Sherry, do you remember, because I know now it was a long time ago, but do you remember what you did to get those 10,000 points at the end, what you pushed with?
Well, it was I challenged the girls underneath me because I had to get them to promote and so I could promote. And so I did a challenge for them that I was going to give them a little business kit if they if they promoted to, I think it was gold stylist, or I think it was, but they did it. And then I had, I think, two enroll. And so it just all kind of fell into place. And but I really wouldn't have done that and known to do it if Dar hadn't have said, hey, here's some options. So thank you, Dar. You're awesome.
You have that within you, honey.
I know, but you helped me.
Well,
That's
you
what I
have lots
love
of
about this team.
Well, that's amazing. That is quite a push at the end. I'm so excited and so proud of you for doing it. And I love that you shared and had all your goodies there. That was perfect. So thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome.
All right. Next, we have either Dana or Janice.
Janice, do you want to go for next? And I'll fill in what you guys don't have since I've got a little laryngitis.
Sure. Yeah, I totally was down and out today, or like over the weekend. Totally got some kind of little bug too. So traveling is fun. I'm basically gonna chat a little bit about like my goal is always the third level, and I think the biggest thing I can tell people to stop doing is hiding. If you want to make this trip attainable, you have to be out there. You have to put yourself out there. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to let people know you sell it. Like, that's my number one. I just share it. And it's just one of those things. You don't have to be salesy. You can share it in a story. I literally, just as we're doing this, I put 5 minutes of makeup on because I have been grooming dogs all day. And then I ran to an hour away to take my generator in on one of my vehicles. And I ran back and I got my dogs out in like 5 minutes. Eric's taking care of the puppies. And I had to get a face on because I was going to jump on here. I filmed myself while I was doing it. And I just threw up a post that I had 5 minutes to get ready to jump on here. And that's what the beauty of this makeup is. You got to talk about it. You got to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your group, get on your public page, share it. I hate TikTok. I don't get it. I don't know why people like that platform. Am I putting my stuff on there? Absolutely. Like, I'm never going to spend time on TikTok. It's just not my jam, but I'm going to put it out there because you never know who's going to watch it. You never know who's going to come across it, but telling stories, finding ways to actually like reach out, but that's not the only thing. You have to build the connections. You have to interact with people on, like my stories is where all my gold happens. I do all of my interactions and all of my engagement in stories. I watch people's stories because those are the people that are active on social media. Those are the people that enjoy social media. If someone's not doing stories, they're not that invested in it. So they might not be that interested as much. If they're doing stories, they get it. So interact with them. It's the easiest way. They're putting cute, like for me, everything's dogs. They're putting cute videos of their dogs. I'm going to be like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like always interacting with people, always talking to people. If you're scrolling, interact with people. That's what social media is for. So I just want to encourage everyone that's wondering how you get to level 3. It is by being bold and just doing the things, and team building gets you there faster. So the more people you talk to about, I mean, I'm a person that just likes the discount. I joined because I was like, ooh, if I can get this for a discount, I'll be happy. Like, this is awesome. If I can get free product, even better. Don't be afraid to offer that to clients and understand that, you know, meet them where they're at, but you never know where they're going to take it next. So if you have clients that you've had as, you know, customers for years, then maybe they don't want to be because chances are you've already asked. But if you have somebody new and they're already buying twice in a month, offer them the fact that, hey, we get a discount at this stuff, because you never know where they're going to take it. If it ends up not being for them, that's fine. They go back to being your customer and you can encourage them to do that. Like, give it a try. If you don't love it, not a problem. But I think you have to be bold. You have to get out of that comfort zone. And if you want this trip so much, then you've got to make it that more of a priority than how much you don't like to be uncomfortable. So like really pushing yourself, really reaching out to people. If they've like commented or liked your post before, just be like, hey, thanks for interacting. It really helps my post get seen. And it just means a lot that you would even interact with it. Like, that's a genuine thank you without being salesy or spammy or like, I'm going to send you my link right now. Don't do that. Be a person. Don't be weird. If you follow Colleen Nichols at all, I love her. Don't make it weird. It's a great little book, or I do audiobooks. It's fantastic. Just don't make it weird. Like, just talk to someone like you would in like place of like the computer as if they were in front of you. But I just really think making real connections, that's when people are going to like support you. And then if you tell them, hey guys, we're going for a trip. Like, how bad would I want to be on this? Like a level 10. And then like reach out. Who else might want to go on a trip with you? That's the goal, is to go with someone. So if they happen to be a teammate that they want to go on the trip, Brittany, I'm just saying, we'd have a really fun time. We'd have a really fun time on a trip together. I know that. And I think that's why I'm like, you got to go on this trip. It's going to be fun. So
That's Bunny Girl. Who wouldn't have fun on a trip with Bunny Girl?
it is. Bunny is her dog too. So don't.
Oh gosh.
But no, I just think it's doable, and I think it's so fun to do this with other people. So Brittany was gonna go to Punta Cana with us. That's the goal. So but yeah, that's all I've got. I think just getting out of your comfort zone for sure.
I think that is such good advice, because what I really picked up on at conference was social media is really a big place of our growth right now. More people are following that and growing from that, it seems, than just the everyday stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny you said TikTok, because my goal for myself lately, that post a day challenge, I'm trying to do a TikTok a day. So literally right before this, I did here's my 2-minute makeup tutorial when you're just hanging out around the house. And that was the TikTok post on like 20 minutes before we started.
Yeah.
So
I just don't get it. I'm just like, I get shown stuff that I don't know if I'm just not using the algorithm right or what, but I'm just like, I just get in there, I do a little engagement, and then I get out. But I have gotten 2 customers off of it that, hey, my Color Street person quit. Like, send me your info. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, there's people out there looking for it. So
and that's a key line right there. You guys, a lot of people's, I know we've said it, but a lot of people's stylists are gone now. Every time I've done an event lately, I hear it more than I don't anymore.
I still
So-
hear, I've never heard of Color Street.
Oh, yeah.
Every
I
single time.
Me too. I was shocked actually at a recent event. Like I way more people than normal that said it. But my stylist has quit is very common. So putting yourself out there, like Janice says, and I know you think of, oh my gosh, what is that person going to think of me if I'm doing this? But you really, you know what? And my biggest thing has always been my daughter's embarrassed. You know what? Well, she's not embarrassed when I have money to pay for things. So I don't know. It's really not up to her anymore. So I've just been doing TikToks. Like I said, my goal is one every day to every other day. So some get seen more than others, but like you said, the algorithm, all of a sudden, if one goes viral, because I was doing TikToks a while back, then I kind of stopped and one went crazy for whatever weird reason. But yeah, so do it. Do reels. Videos are always going to get more seen than just posts. So, but if you're not ready to do a video, then post, but get yourself out there. That is so true, so true. All right, thanks, Janice. And you and Dar will be having an enjoyable trip next year so far. I wonder how many people in the company have achieved it, I guess. Well, as of when we were on the trip, 3 had, but September numbers had not run yet. So there's obviously more. So, all right, Dana.
All right. So you wanted to know why we liked it or why we earned it, right? I earned my first trip to Punta Cana and was sold from the teammateness. I went scared. I'm still working on the live stuff, Janice, I promise. But I went on that trip scared. I hadn't flown in probably close to 6 or 8 years. And I, from Beautifully Polished, met a random teammate in the airport and connected, went through Chicago all by myself, had no idea what I was doing, did a lot of things scared, and realized I'm more capable of doing things than I give myself credit for. So I earned the first trip and I got sold, and I swore I was never not going to earn a trip again. This trip, when we went to Jamaica, I earned it for my husband, but we had to pay his airfare. And he went. And when we got there, the man said to us, "Let me teach you how to use your pool." And I said, "I know how to use a pool. I just walk outside." Well, we had a swim out room that we didn't know we had. And the look on his face at that moment, I was never not going to earn a trip for the two of us again. When it got to be the beginning of March, we were at your house for a training, Debbie, and I still hadn't earned it. And the girls were jokingly holding up the sombrero next to my head and making me point and make sad faces and say, "That's where Scott's supposed to be. I have to get here." And I don't ask for help. I don't ask for things. And I was very, very bold and made a bunch of posts. And I made about 8,000 points that last month just trying to get there. And it was meant to be, because his real job is construction, but his training is biology and fisheries and wildlife. And when we were there, you all know, we got the dream come true of seeing turtles on the beach laying eggs. That was something we'd wanted to do together. And the next day we went back, or later that day, we went back to see more, and they were all done. And he said, "I'm still going to walk the beach." And he disappeared for a couple hours. And I was worried about him, didn't know where he was. Well, he had made nice with the conservation officers, and he got to move 1,000 turtle eggs. And he had armed security guards, and he hasn't stopped talking about it for the whole 10 days we've been excuse me, wherever. He was off with his buddies. He had to leave right away for another trip, and they weren't as impressed as we were. But giving him that was a huge thing for me because I stayed home for years with the kids and I didn't make money. We did things, but to not have an income or anything like that, and then to give something this big as a gift has been huge for me. So I am pushing for level 3 again. That will always be my goal. Um,
Well,
and
you're
the
almost to
how,
level 1.
I am, and I'm hoping to get there this month. That's my goal. I break down my goals. That's how I do it. And if I don't make a goal, I don't give up. I just change the goal. So I watch my tracker all of the time and I figure out how many points I need in a month, or if I've got 2 weeks left, how many, whatever I have to do in that 14 days. And this month I'm taking that join special, and I've got a big goal for that to hopefully help me get there. And I'm having lots and lots of recruiting conversations, more than I've ever had. So,
Dana, I can remember that Punta Cana trip, you and I in the pool,
mhm,
and you said to me, you were looking around and you went, I I can't believe this. There's not a lot of leaders didn't get on this trip. Like there's
mhm,
I go, yeah, it's not easy. And you were so blown away because I think in your head you just assume because you're a leader, you go on these trips.
mhm,
And if you had the realization of holy cow, I did something that so many other people couldn't do or
mhm.
didn't do. And that I think was a huge moment for you.
And it was super empowering for me to
Yeah.
see that. And yeah, I mean, I've done direct sales for a while, but to just the things that I have done with this business and the things that we are able to do if we put our minds to it, and instead of saying, "Oh, that's too hard, I can't do it," or I'm not going to make it, or I missed that goal, it's not going to happen. Rearrange the goal and tell yourself you can do it, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, and that was the first year, I believe, that they had changed it, or was it Mexico, when you didn't have to be a leader anymore, which opens up a great thing because you can still get points if you bring somebody in and you can get rewarded for promoting, people if you promote or they promote, but to have it just be from your own personal volume is really incredible,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people work really hard and have great volume, but it doesn't mean they necessarily are building a team. So I loved when they changed that opportunity. I think it was pretty
Me
empowering for
too.
a lot of people.
Me too. Me too. And I think anybody, if you're on this call, you obviously want to go and you can make it. And any of us will help you get there or
Yeah.
teach you.
Yeah. So thank you, Dana. I appreciate
Mhm,
that. And
mhm,
let's talk about that then. Let's talk about, like Dana said, she sets her goals, right? And I'm sure Sherry and Janice do too. I'm sure a lot of people are on here. So I kind of have some numbers written down that, well, first, if does everyone on the call, I know this is the one we're posting like in our group, but I know there was another one somewhere out there. If it was one team, there's also in one team, if you're more of a spreadsheet person, there's a spreadsheet type one you can do. If you go in one team and even put in like trip tracker or I always want to say Romania, La Romana, Las Romana, I don't know. But you can find a couple trainings on it. You can find there, oh, here it is, La Romana. I don't know why I can't say. I don't know. Um, but you can find those on there and they're great. So check those out. But definitely have something that maybe that everyone doesn't work this way, but when you can check things off, it's kind of, if that makes you motivated and it helps you with your to-do list and things, if you're a list person, it really does make a difference as you're coloring those circles in or filling in your numbers on your tracker. All right, so let's look at, we have 3 different levels, right? 20, well, 4, because you get the fun gift this time, which is cool. So 20,000, you get this cool bag. 30,000, you get you there, your hotel, your drink, you pay for the airfare. 40,000, you get your airfare, and then 70,000, you're getting it for the 2 people. So we have 9 months to do this trip. We had from July, because they backtracked this year to July 1st through end of March. So 9 months. So did someone say something? Oh, so realistically, we're 1/3 of the way done. We've done July, August, September. So if you were looking at, let's say, that 30,000 points, level 1, technically, if you are balanced, you would be about a third of the way done. Now, so about 10,000 points. If you are not at 10,000 points, don't freak out and say, then forget it, I'm giving up. All right? Because look at, some people got 8 to 10,000 points in 1 month. Look at in these 3 months, Darlene and Janice got 30,000 points. So it is possible, but I'm just saying, if you are a numbers person and you want that slow, steady, like, okay, this is doable, you can think of it that way. It's realistically, let me see, I wrote my numbers down here. So 30,000 points, if you did it just on PV, nothing else, just your own PV, that's about $1,666 a month that you would need to sell to give you your 3,333 points to get you to level 3 each month. So if you have a higher month, then you can balance it out and not sell 1,600. If you have a lower month, then you need to sell more than that. If you were strictly just doing PV to get to 30,000, you were doing it for 40,000, you need $2,222 every month to get your 4,444 points a month. And if you were, oh, I didn't write the number down right, for 70,000. 70,000, give me a sec. I have 7,777. What is that point? Hang on. 70 divided by, okay, yeah, so it's, you need 7,778 points. So that means you need $3,888 each month. So, I mean, we do have people who sell $3,800 every month. A lot of people, that is a very high number to do. So what's one way that you can help get yourself there without having to sell 3,888? A big way is bringing people on. So let's say you even want to hit level 1. Okay, so level 1, 30,000 points. You think, okay, that's doable. I think I can do that. That's $1,666 a month you want to sell. Just think, if you brought in, on the average, 1 person a month who qualified, you would get 1,000 points from that person, and your sales would then need to average $666. So if you know you're good at having those conversations, maybe that's your focus, and then you're selling that 600, you're hitting your advance, your extra commission there too. So that's a win-win, right? So bringing people on, as all 3 people have said, and Dana said in particular, I'm really making a lot of conversations this month. It is a great month where they can earn that extra credit right now. That's a great TikTok. That's my TikTok for tomorrow. I don't have all my product is at an event. I have to go pick up my stuff for my kid. That's my next TikTok I'm making tomorrow, is showing the products in the kit. And then you tell them how they can also get that free money. Do something with it to show, and don't just do it once, because we all know a lot of people miss things once. Do it in all your different ways. Do reach outs to people to tell them. Let's talk about who you could go to. And I know we've talked about it before, but let's talk about it again. Old stylists, people that used to sell. If they sold a couple years ago, you guys, we offer so much more. I mean, I'm finding most of the videos I'm doing have actually been about the makeup, not as much about the nails right now. Like, the makeup is huge. I don't know about you guys, but I have a whole new bunch of customers between the balm and the makeup that don't wear the polish, and they probably never will, because they didn't up until now. But now that, so those stylists that used to sell, going back to them is a great conversation to say, we have so much more than polish now. And not to mention, I feel like we're in a way better place. You know, we're not, feel like for a while there, we were all kind of willy-nilly. I think the company itself, we're more grounded now. We've got great trainings. We've got things that are really organized. So definitely reach out to people who used to sell. Definitely reach out to some of your VIPs, you know, and if you have already reached out to them, you know, don't be a stalker. You also don't want people running from your group, right? But some of your best customers, or again, if it's not them, you can also do the approach of, do you know anybody who? Because I feel like this is such a great opportunity. I hate to let this, you know, pass by. So ask for referrals. And sometimes that person is thinking, well, gosh, don't they think I could do it? And then you could easily say, I mean, you know, don't think I wouldn't love you to do it too. So I'd love to have a conversation with you if it's something you're interested in, as well. And it might be kind of fun if you had a friend that would do it too. So don't discount the person you talk to. You can acknowledge them too, but getting those referrals from somebody else is great. Don't just make posts. It's not going to work. It could work for maybe, but I mean, you need to do a little bit more than that, especially if you are actively trying to get multiple people in there. Dana, want to share with us what you are doing specifically? As you said, you're going to have lots of conversations. Want to tell us what you've done to get those?
Last Monday when we got back and I'd only had 4 hours of sleep, I couldn't sit down until I did it. I forced myself to message 10 people. And I said, it's so good. I have to shout it from the rooftops. Have you seen this special? I'd already posted it in my VIP, but I personally messaged 10 people. A couple of them said, no way. A couple of them had conversations with. One person joined 2 days later. And I went back again today and did the same thing. I messaged 10 more people and I had 3 conversations. 2 are thinking about it. One was placing a large makeup order today and she was asking me some questions about it. And I said, but before you do that, I want to share this with you. And we'd already talked and it's on the back of her mind. But I said, here's how much you're going to spend right now. If you buy the kit and buy the stuff from yourself, you're getting another $100 to spend in November. So why aren't you? You don't have to sell. You can just like the makeup and start as a discount for yourself. I started as a discount for myself. So we're holding off on her makeup order until tomorrow to see if she's going to decide. But reaching out, it's the most important thing that you'll do, and post in every different way you can.
Yeah, there's so many avenues, you guys, because your Facebook people aren't necessarily your Instagram people. Your Instagram people aren't necessarily your TikTok people. And then I'm sure there's other things in there too, like, I don't know, tweeting and stuff. I don't do that stuff. Twitter and
People get overwhelmed by how much we have to offer. You don't have to offer everything. Just pick out the products you like, but when you send them to the website, that's when they can take a look around themselves. So I always say try it so you can speak on it. So definitely get something for yourself and try it. I'm horrible with lipstick. One of my best reels so far is people laughing about how bad I put on red lipstick when we had that red lipstick sale. Because I don't know how, if Brittany's gonna help me one day, but I cannot put on a matte lipstick to save my life. The amount of engagement on how bad I did my lipstick over and over and over again got more engagement, more people talking about it, and more people shopping for everything but red lipstick. So it's like, even if it doesn't work for you, don't be afraid to share that, because that's the stuff that makes you human, makes people relate to you, and someone else is really bad at lipstick too. And they're going to be like, then what do you use? That lip oil, that's what I sell so much of. Because lip oil, I can't live without it. Like, I don't care what happens. I have to have that with me all the time. So I think really not taking yourself too seriously is what people relate to, because that's the stuff that people are just like, oh, okay, she sucks at lipstick too, so do I. And then they start relating to you. So don't be afraid to make fun of the things that don't work for you. Because I mean, it works. It works. So just like think out of the box too. Not that you have to share every single thing that we have to offer. Let people discover it for themselves too. So they can shop online. Like that's the beauty of our website. You send them to it and you don't have to do all the work. It's there for them. So just share what you love. That's one of my biggest tips.
Can you share with me how you have a hard time putting on lipstick? I just don't get it. Tell me
So
what.
bad for me. So I definitely have to do the lip liner because I'm a kid of the 90s. So like lip liner is my jam. But I don't understand like when I do, and maybe it's just every shade of red that's ever been, I don't know. It looks, I can't even explain. It looks like a clown has done my lips. Like my lips are pretty symmetrical. They're not, I'll send you the video. Like it is so bad. And I was like, okay, we're gonna try it again. And I'm telling you, every time Eric walked in, he's like, what are you doing? Like he is just like, how can you be that bad? Like your whole face is together. How can you not get this? I was like, you want to try? And that'll be my next thing. But it's truly like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm like, it is. Oh, see, Tammy, I'm not alone. Thank you, Tammy. But truly, it's just one of those things. Like, I can do other colors. They look fine. But red, it's bad. It's real
Oh,
bad.
that's so funny. Because
Red
you're too
looks
young.
so
Mine
good on you,
bleeds
though.
into my lines, but you're too
Oh my
young.
gosh. Like red looks so good on you though. I had
Doesn't go-
I had an incident when that Stardust lipstick came out. I was so excited to try it. The thing had been like the sub box had been on my porch for a little bit and it was warm. I went into my VIP group and I was trying it on. The thing busted in half and like landed in my mouth while I'm doing a live. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had more people message me about that. And I'm like, okay, this is, yeah,
that
this is how it works.
what we want. It gets people talking. So it's really, I mean, even when things go bad, like it's how you look at it. Like you can flip it and make it funny, or like, and when people are like, I reach out to them and be like, I know you shop with us. Like when I first started, I understand you're getting your nails done now, but did you know how many other products we have now? If you ever want to try it out or take a look, let me know. And just leave it at that because you're still customer service and follow up is, I tell people all the time, I get new customers, I make sure that's a thing, but I seriously offer so much customer service. Like when someone tries a makeup item for the first time or the balm, like I have a whole series of emails that if they get the balm, I follow up just about the balm 6 times. If they get mascara, I follow up with them for the next 6 months just about the mascara. If they do any of the makeup items, I follow up 5 more times just about the makeup. So just on the specific products they get, I have follow-up systems that are constantly going. So if you're just waiting for launches to have people order, you're doing it all wrong. Like there is an entire website full of products that people shop. If I don't have, my goal is to have an order a day. I don't care what they order. I just want at least one order a day. Like I feel like I've done my job if I'm getting an order in a day. Like this morning at 4:30 a.m., someone ordered some $170 worth of products. Why? I don't know. What were they looking at? What email happened to hit them at that right time? I don't know. But the fact that it's always working and people shop when they feel like it. I get 2 a.m. shoppers. I don't shop at 2 a.m. I don't know who does these things, but these people do, and I love it. I love them for it. So I think really just if you're just waiting for launches, you're doing it all wrong. We have an entire catalog. I don't care what's launching. I mean, I'll do an email for a launch, but if I miss a launch, I'm not I'm not panicking. I'll relaunch it next week. But I really think if you're just consistently following up with your already customers that you already have and offering, like checking in, like how's that makeup working? What if they're like hating the balm and it's because they're wetting their whole face first? All you do is follow up with them and be like, how are you liking the balm? What do you think about it? Like, and then you find out they're wetting their face and you're like, don't wet your face first. Put it on your face straight, then add water to it after you've massaged it in. And it's a whole different experience for them. So if you're not following up with your existing customers, you're missing a huge reorder process right there. And that is truly my goal is my customers. They know that I want to hear exactly what they think. Because if they don't like something, let's find out. Is it you? Is it an allergy you might have? If it is, we need to address that. If not, I mean, if it's just not the right color, we got to return it within 30 days. So you've got to follow up with them within those 30 days. So whether you have it automated or not, you've got to make a list and really follow up with people, because that is truly like the biggest tips I can give is just like follow up. That part is huge. That's where you get the reorders.
No, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great point. And that's what, I mean, because imagine all those people if they keep reordering, because people can go to a lot of different people for a lot of different things. But your people ordering in the middle of the night are the people who don't sleep, like me in
Yeah.
the middle of the night that start scrolling.
You start ordering. Nice. Keep
They're
my phone
probably
away.
menopausal, Janice. Thank you very much.
Hey, I got the pre-fund. It's fantastic.
No, I think that's great. Do you want to share what who you're going through for your automated?
I do a whole like it's a whole
You pay for it, right?
Yeah, I pay for it, but I know there's so many that have like free versions or just keeping notes and making sure and like because it's not worth putting money in if you've only got 3 clients or customers. So like it's one of those things like yeah, it's a great system to get going on, but there's ways to be efficient about it. So just keeping notes, like when I first started, it was a notebook and I just wrote people in, and then every 2 weeks I'd go back 2 weeks. Did I follow up with them yet? So it's one of those you can like really do it anyway. I just find automating it has to be my way. So I use Rule Your Business. It's pricey, but I do a whole bunch of stuff on that because I have my dog stuff on that too. So there's a bunch. I can't even think of the names of some. There's some really common ones that people use. Not Visly, it's something else.
MailChimp is one.
MailChimp is, I don't think they like direct marketers though. What's the other? There's another one that's, oh, I can't even think right now. My brain hurts. There's a couple. Maybe I'll put a list together that I know have it. But just following up, that is, nobody talks about it enough. And like our customer emails are not following. Those are customer emails. Those are like
Sorry, I'm not. Can't tell who that is. Do you guys hear that? Oh, there we go. Is that you, Janice?
no, not me.
Okay,
Who's Dean?
It's Gina.
it was Dina.
So on that follow-up thing, make sure that you're also following up with people that aren't in your VIP, that you don't have, that aren't on Instagram or any of those places. I have probably 5 or 10 customers who only order, who like snail mail. They don't like me to call them. They don't like me to text them. They don't like that. So we keep in touch that way.
All of mine is email. Email is like my jam. Email and then messages like on Messenger or Instagram. Just
Yeah,
get to the point. But yeah.
that's my favorite too, but they don't all do it.
Yeah, and asking for referrals. Like having them post about it. Like I give gift cards. If they do a post and at least 3 people comment on it, I'll give a $5 gift card. Like tag me in it or invite them to our group and tag them in our group. And $5 gift cards, it comes back to you. So like you're spending $5 or $10 and it comes back to you. So like incentivizing things goes a long way. Like it will come back to you. So if you're giving out gift cards, I just screenshot, like I send them to myself and then I screenshot it for them and I send it straight to them. So they have to use that. Like it's a big help. Like if they're inviting people to your group and that those people are engaging or they shop through their link. So if they're going to be in it and they want extra goodies off their link and a gift card, you give them their own link. They get 3 people to shop on that link. And then they get another gift card on top of all the hostess rewards. So like, think out of the box. Like, what is it in that for them? And then they give you a customer for, if you take care of your customers, you've got a customer for life. So a $10 is like gonna come back tenfold if you do it right. And you're making sure that they're like using their link right and stuff. So there's so many things to get out of that. Slap a graphic up, buy from me. Like so many other things to do. So many other things. So it's think out of the box. What works for you? What entices you? Like, is it free shipping? Does free shipping get you to order more? Then offer your own free shipping. But offer your own free shipping and a $10 gift card that comes back to you. So like, if they're like, okay, you order over 100, you get a $10 gift card, which is basically free shipping to them. That $10 is coming back to you and you're going to get another order. So like what gets you, what like when you're shopping, what grabs you? Because that's always how I'm like, what would I do? What would make me bump up an order to 100 instead of 75? Free shipping, yeah, let's drop some more in there. So I think just a lot of different things, but just try to keep track of them because that can get confusing sometimes. All right, I'm done rambling. Sorry.
No, it was all great, great tips. Because obviously PV is a huge part of what we need to get for these points. And we have the holiday season upon us. So all these things are great things, you know, as people are going to start their holiday shopping. It's October, people start now.
Yeah, and on these trips, what we get to see is bundles and things coming up. So part of the trip is we have a business meeting, which you're like, oh, really? Do we have to go to a business meeting? It's worth it because then we get to find out what's coming in the next 2 months. And let me tell you, there's some bundles coming that you
There's some
cannot wait.
good stuff.
Like exclusive items in these bundles that you can point a guy to. Your wife needs this. Order it now so you have it in the closet to wrap it when you forget to do gifts when it gets to the holidays. So like start thinking out of the box. What guys are always like, oh my God, I didn't get anything this year. Like start making your list now for the holidays. Like we're going to have fantastic bundles for $50. Guys will buy for their wives. Like, and the earlier you can start them, you're like, put it in a hiding place. I'll remind you when it's about a week before that you need to wrap it and put it under the tree. And then follow up with them. If they actually buy it, follow up with them and be like, hey, remember that item you bought? Go put it under the tree. And then that guy's going to come back to you and buy for their wives over and over again. It works. I swear it works. Mother, like guys always, what do I get my mom? Lip oils. Here you go. Like, you're welcome. Yeah, exactly. So, and they don't have to pick colors. They don't have to customize them. They buy it, send it to themselves, and then they have it ready. So I think really dig deep and like start reaching out to people about like, I got gifts for you coming up soon. I'll circle back when it's time. So stuff like that.
So much good advice. Does anybody else have anything they want to share as we're almost on 9 o'clock here about ways they have had enrolling conversations or reached out about the business or have been working on PV? And if not, then we have a couple minutes. We can ask some questions too. Anybody have anything they want to share that's been like an aha thing lately for them? Dina?
I just want to this has all been so great and helpful and taking notes, great reminders. The biggest thing with the enrolling conversations is to not feel discouraged. And I'm saying this out loud for myself as well. Just as many conversations will plant the seeds. So, and you'll get more comfortable, you'll feel more natural with it. So just start somewhere and have those conversations, even if you're simply saying something like, have you ever thought about this? This would be so fun to do together. You know, just a short, not too much, quick sentence, and then just kind of get a gauge for where they are. And then just take the conversation there. And then keep a list of who you've reached out to and when. I do most of it, and most of us do most of it in Messenger. So then you have that, you can go back and look, when did I reach out last and how did they respond? And remember, sometimes they will see the message and not respond. And that could simply be because they don't know what to say. So just continue to share your excitement. Continue to share if you went on the trip, share pictures, like sprinkle them in here and there, like throughout this whole incentive period of earning the trip, not just like right when we come home, but to use those pictures and that excitement. And even if you didn't go on the trip, but you share a picture or two of our trip and say, I want to be here next year. I want you to come too. And just continue with those conversations.
Yeah, great advice, Dina. I mean, we've all been ghosted by people, right? But you can't.
Always, every day.
And I can't tell you how many people ghost you and then they'll come back like 3 months later, like, yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yes. Totally,
So
Janice.
it just let it fester with them. Let them just check it out. If you have a place to send them, let them go see how it's done. Let them find out. But don't let it hurt your feelings because it's where they're at the time. So I think that
And don't focus on any one person
right
as your person. You know, it just like, I keep going back to this, Dina, that you reached out to like 50 people a month to get 2 enrolled during the day. And I don't know if that's still what you're doing, but it takes a lot of people to talk to. You cannot like, oh, my girl is she's almost over the fence, and like you've spent 4 months trying to convince this person and they're like, yeah, it's not just for me. So when you could have been like working with some other people that might need holiday cash, you know, like this is a great time of year for people to join, especially with this join special. You know, and that's what I'm kind of focusing on right now is letting this join special, getting this to in front of some of the people I know have been interested, and even some that I have just met. You know, like I had a gal that said, I don't want to sell makeup, but I would love the discount. Hey, that's why I joined.
Yep.
And look at, I mean, Janice just said the same thing. That's why she joined. And look at, you know, I mean, we just love the product and love sharing it. And, you know, mine isn't so much on social media as Janice is, because I do a lot of vending events. And, you know, and even so, I mean, back in the day, a lot of people couldn't get vending events. Well, now there's less people going for them again. I mean, you can just, if you just like even get out in the local community. Deb had a place in downtown Northville, I saw, like, because her husband has a business down there. You can get with a friend who might have a business for a ladies' night that's down in your own town, and you can get some contacts that way. You know, I mean, getting in groups of people that are like-minded people. Like I'm in some Disney groups and stuff, and they're always sometimes people are posting ideas for nails, and I pipe in and kind of show my ideas too about that. And it just gets conversations and things going, and they might go, hey, there's that girl that was selling Color Street in that one. Where can I find her? You know what I mean? I mean, I've built up relationships that way by just talking with people about other things. And then they start seeing your stuff.
Yeah. And that when they think of your name, that they can then find your link. Because that's the biggest thing. Nobody has their links in their bio. Like people will go to your page and be like, oh, so-and-so, they sold this. and then they have no idea. What if it's 2 a.m. and they want to message you, but they know you're not, so they just want to go shopping? Is your link in your bio? Like, that is such a basic thing that so many people overlook, that you gotta be able to, they gotta be able to find how to shop, like, immediately when that moment hits them, or it's gone. Like, some people just get onto something else and think of something else totally. So if you make sure you're just starting out, have a link in your bio to, even if it's not in a party link, just a direct link to your color street, so that you can, if somebody's interested, they can go check it out anytime, or they just come to your profile. They have a
Yeah.
link to look. That's
Yeah.
something that
Monica asked where. Monica, it depends. Like TikTok, you have to have 1,000 followers before you can put a link in your bio. So some are different than others.
Facebook, Instagram, all of them.
You don't have.
You have a link right there. You can put
Yep.
any website you want right there. Linktree, using that so you can change out your party links. There's so
Yes, Linktree is really, really good. And it's free, guys. You do not
Yeah.
need to pay a big amount, and you can put like links to videos in there. Every time I'm out at an event, that's what I use. And Linktree gives you a free QR code. So I put that on my labels, and you can say, hey, just check this out. And it has links to everything. It has links, and they'd have to go through the things to see what they're looking for. So you might have the opportunity video on there. And like, that's what I have on there. And the link to the videos on your website, it takes them to the website, so that they, even if they've just tried it for the first time, you want them to know how to do it. So that Linktree can go right to a video.
box link. Make sure that subscription box link is in there.
Yep.
Being able for people to sign up fast for a sub box, that is magic. Like, you just want them to be able to directly, if they're interested in that sub box, you want them to be able to go straight to that sub box link. So you don't have to sit there and explain how to do it. You just want it to take them straight to it. So making sure stuff is so easy that you don't have to hold their hand. So like reference, if you have any questions, or you just want to shop, check out the link in my bio. Like, just reference it, that they can go check it out anytime. So you don't have to be in a conversation, because if the mood hits somebody and they're like, oh, Dar was in that Disney group, she talked about the nails, and they go to her page, what if her link isn't there? Then she's gonna have to scroll through and see if there's a link. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. They need to know exactly. What if they can't think of your group names? Back when everybody had their group names, I'm like, guys, put your name in your group name. Nobody's gonna remember what your group name is. It needs to be your name, because then they can find you. But if you don't have your group, or you don't use a group, making sure that link is easy to find is huge, huge. If there's any other questions.
This has been so good. Such good conversation and such good sharing. I appreciate everybody for offering so much and listening. I'm hoping people who haven't shared are taking lots of notes, and they are ready, and they're going to be writing their goals down for earning that trip to, I'm just going to call it Last Romanas, because
Like,
La Romana.
La Romana.
La Romana.
I call Law Romania is what I keep
I
doing.
know. I don't know why it's so awkward. It's just awkward. Can't we just say the Dominican?
Right.
So I really hope everybody on here, for being on here, anyone watching the replay, that if you really want to hit it, but you really don't know what to do, please reach out to one of us as your uplines, and we can help you map it out. But don't be discouraged if you don't feel you're a third of the way done to a third of where we are. You still can do it. All right. So it's not, that's just kind of a general, okay, if you're like the person who has to be moving along at this, whatever.
Yeah. Team building is the way to do it fast. If you want to do it fast, you gotta like, that's the fast track. If you're wanting to fast track to anything.
Yeah.
Teammates that want to do it with. And I always say, if you're having to drag someone to join, you're gonna have to drag them the whole time.
Yeah.
if you get,
Ain't
if some-
nobody got time for that.
yeah, if someone wants to join and they jump right in and they're excited about it, you guys are gonna have fun together doing it together and just like bouncing ideas off. What works for you? What works for me? Doing stuff like that. That's who you want to join with you. Like if someone's like, oh, I don't know, I don't think I'd like that, then fine. It's not for you. But if you want the discount, let me know. But if it's not for them, it's not for them. So just don't
Yeah.
get
When people say, I've almost had this person talked into it, I'm like,
don't, it won't work. Yeah.
the more you act like it's casual and yeah, if you want to, cool, the more attractive it's going to be to them. You know, but if you're pushing them, you're probably going to push them away.
Yeah.
Because I've done
we-
plenty of that. Trust me, I've learned over the years.
Can we get a picture? Can people come on camera and get a little picture? I'll do a freeze frame.
Freeze
I don't know
frame.
if people can come on.
Like,
Megan
I
Harris,
lost it.
Colleen, Megan.
I'm in my pajamas.
That's what I can't see anything. I'm in a tank top like always. There's Monica, Andrea. Is that your sister, Dina?
Oh, Monica, I've met so many people who
Hold on.
I met somebody at one of my events lately that knew you, but I don't remember who or which one.
I'm just waiting to see if Andrea will get on.
Who was it, Monica?
I'm in my bed already, darn.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they're talking. Who was it?
Her name was Julie. She
Oh,
goes
did
to
she
my,
tell you she met me?
yeah, she told me about it.
Yeah, because I think I said she's the cutest darn thing in the world.
Okay, now everybody smile. Got it.
That's why
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Thank
make
you,
up.
Dar.
Sure.
All right,
check out our
everybody. Thank you
headshots
so
and,
much to
Thank you,
Dana,
Debbie.
Sherry, and Janice for
Thanks. That was
sharing,
fun.
and thanks to everybody else for lots of great advice. So I cannot wait to see who hits that trip. And congrats again to Dar and Janice for already hitting, and for Dana for getting the bag and being almost
You're
there.
almost done, no.
Yes, way to go, you guys. Thank
Way
you.
to
Congrats.
go,
That's
everybody.
Woo-hoo!
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Yay.
friends.
Everyone have a great
Bye.
night.
You too.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.